Good morning, dear parents, teachers, and students. On this auspicious day of Republic Day, we gratefully remember our freedom fighters who, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhiji, taught us to work for freedom and justice. I convey my special greetings to the soldiers and members of the armed forces who guard our borders in harsh and hostile conditions. Happy Republic Day to all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Republic Day or Ganatantra Divas is a national holiday in India, when the country marks and celebrates the day on which the Constitution of India came into effect, on 26th January 1950, replacing the Government of India Act as the governing document of India and thus turning the nation into a newly formed republic.
There are two copies of Indian Constitution, one in English and one in Hindi. Both the copies of the Constitution of India are handwritten. The original copies of the Constitution of India are preserved in helium-filled cassettes at the Library of Parliament House. There has always been a chief guest at the Republic Day celebrations. Indonesian President Sukarno had the honor of being the first ever. Abide With Me is a Christian hymn that was always played during Republic Day every year and was Mahatma Gandhi's favorite. It is now replaced with the seminal piece "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logo" sung by Lata Mangeshkar.
The very first Republic Day of India was celebrated at Rajpath in the year 1955. It was only in 1955 that Rajpath, earlier known as Kingsway, became the permanent venue for the Republic Day parade. That very year, Governor General Malik Ghulam Muhammad from Pakistan was invited as the chief guest of the ceremony. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was sworn in as the first President of India on January 26, 1950, at 10:24 am. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the Darbar Hall of Rashtrapati Bhavan, after which the then Governor General C. Rajagopalachari declared India as a republic. During the first Republic Day, the President of India was greeted by a 31-gun salute. The Indian Air Force came into existence as an independent body on the first Republic Day. Prior to this, the Air Force was a controlled body.
The first Republic Day parade was held at Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium and was attended by 15,000 civilians. Republic Day celebrations are a 3-day-long affair. The celebrations end on January 29 with the beating retreat ceremony. The first 4 Republic Day parades between 1950 to 1954 were held at different places in Delhi: Red Fort, Ramleela Grounds, Irwin Stadium, and Kingsway. While the President now arrives in a cavalcade of cars, in the olden days a horse-drawn carriage was all it took. The designer of our flag, which we see today, was Pingali Venkaya, and hoisting the flag is an age-old tradition.
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हम बुलबुले हैं इसकी ये गुलसिता हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा गोदी में खेलती हैं इसके हजारों नदियां गोदी में खेलती हैं इसके हजारों नदियां गुलशन है जिनके दम से गुलशन है जिनके दम से रश के जिना हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना हिंदी है हम हिंदी है हम हिंदी है हम
and now I am done with it. What is the use of working so hard? Getting good marks? If only job would go to dumb and that person only because he has approaches in the right places. I am done with it. I am not staying in this country anymore. I am applying abroad.
What's the anger for, son?
I am also fed up, Bhaiya. Today again I was told by grooms, making obscene remarks and gestures. I do not want to live where there is no dignity, no respect for women.
But listen, children.
Hello?
Hello? Is this Ramesh speaking?
Yes. May I know who is calling, please?
I am Muhammad Ansari, your friend. Do you remember me?
Oh, yes. How can I forget you? How are you and where are you?
I am here in your town only. I wanted to see you.
Sure. Come over. We have lots to catch up. Why don't you join us for dinner tonight? The children would be delighted to meet you. They have heard so much about you.
Sure, I will be there around 7.
Uncle, please tell us how's life at the border?
Must be very adventurous. Yes, darlings. Life is very difficult at the borders, especially in the north and northeast. The terrain is so difficult and weather is very inhospitable. And our hands and feet get frozen and we get frostbite. It is very difficult to intercept the enemy sometimes. Then in the desert, the heat kills us and our soldiers get killed for no reason.
That is so sad. We are thankful to you people. We are alive because you risk your lives for us.
Why you people need to risk your lives? Come back.
You are right, beta. But tell me one thing. If your mother needs you, will you do nothing for her? Will you leave her and go?
No, uncle. I can't even think of this.
Child, our country is our mother too, our motherland, our pride. Me and Ansari were children when our fathers fought for its freedom. They laid down their lives so that we could stand free, live free in our own country where we were treated as outsiders. Right, Muhammad?
Absolutely, Ramesh.
हम लाए हैं तूफान से किश्ती निकाल के इस देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के.
Yes, children, we earned this freedom with great difficulty and paid a huge price by parting the nation into two, and thousands of innocents losing their lives. And still, the war was not over. For a new struggle of building a new nation was at our hands.
I remember the secret meetings, organizing rallies, the Swadeshi movement, publishing Gandhiji's speeches on the slide and getting them to the masses.
When we got the freedom, the first thing that came into our minds was how to maintain peace and harmony among the country, folks, and not to face another partition again. How to take people from all caste and creed together to the path of building a new nation into India of today.
That is why our foresighted leaders drafted the Book of Law or our Constitution, keeping in mind the diverse culture and religions of our nation. Each and every one were thought of. It is so flexible and thoughtful.
Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world, containing 395 articles, 12 schedules and various amendments. No other constitution in the world has so many articles and schedules.
At the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to its life and freedom.
Everyone is equal in the eyes of law. You have the right to education and you can make changes in the constitution with the demand of time. And where in the world would you find freedom to travel freely and settle down where you liked as it is in our country?
Today, If we can freely breathe in an independent country, it's all the efforts of our great and learned leaders. Be it be Mahatma Gandhi, Bhimrao Ambedkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sarojini Naidu are just a few to name.
But what have their efforts turned into? This country is not fit to live anymore.
But what's wrong with this country? Their efforts turned our country into a nation to reckon with. Today, the world looks upon us with respect and admiration. We have earned this respect in a short span of time by making our country self-sufficient. Rohit, Shweta, do you know our young freedom strugglers like Shaheed Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev never thought about themselves. Their efforts were selfless. They sacrificed their life for the beloved motherland. Rohit, Shweta, we did our bit. Now the controls are with you. You young soldiers to take this nation to the next level.
हम लोगों को समझ सको तो हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी अपनी छतरी तुमको दे दे कभी जबर से पानी कभी नए पैकेट में बेचे तुमको चीज पुरानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी 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 थोड़े अनाड़ी है थोड़े खिलाड़ी रुक रुक के चलती है अपनी गाड़ी थोड़े अनाड़ी है थोड़े खिलाड़ी रुक रुक के चलती है अपनी गाड़ी है हिंदुस्तानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी फिर भी दिल है
Telling them, uncle, we do not want to stay here. We want to leave the country.
What? Really? How can you even think of doing this? Did our people sacrifice their life for this day that our youngsters will leave the country so that our nation can fall prey again to some powerful country? No, this is not done. It is not acceptable. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of a nation who studied in England and went to South Africa. But when his country needed him, he came back without a thought and fought with his two weapons, truth and non-violence. And he won. Can you even imagine?
How, Dadaji? How?
How, Dadaji? How?
Ansari is right. Rohit, Shweta, it is up to us how we build our nation. If you're not getting enough opportunities to show your talent, then become a light to show path to many like you. Aim high, dream high, and don't get disturbed and perturbed by small things. If others don't have a path for you, then pave a path for yourself and others to follow.
Children, this country is yours. Don't just keep complaining. It's our nation. If you do not like anything, do not look for change. Be the change. The torch bearers for the next generation. You are the treasure of this country. Youths have the power and abilities to bring any change. Do not wait for the opportunity. Create an opportunity. Work hard, bring laurels. Make your country proud.
Yes, uncle. I think you are right.
You correctly said, uncle. I never realized my country is so uniquely placed with so many cultures and diversities and blooming peacefully. Where else will I find this?
I am not going anywhere, Bhaiya. I have realized that we should work together for the progress of our motherland. There is no point keep complaining all the time.
Yes, Shweta, I too have understood the value of my country. Together, we all will surely excel. We are not going anywhere. India is our motherland, our pride. We can't imagine our lives without it. Jai Hind.
है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तो, है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तो, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तो, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तो, है वतन मेरे वतन, है वतन मेरे वतन।
Good morning, Reverend Sisters, respected teachers, and my fellow Hartians. Greetings to all of you on the 73rd Republic Day of the world's largest and most vibrant democracy. In this land of ours, enriched by diversity, our national festivals are celebrated by everyone with great patriotic fervor, expressing respect to our national flag and faith in our constitution. We celebrate the Republic Day with great enthusiasm and pride. 72 years ago, on this day, we, the people of India, adopted, enacted, and gave to ourselves a unique constitution. It is on this day we became a sovereign state. For all of us, this is also a day to pause and ponder over the core values that the Constitution propounds. These values, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, outlined in the preamble of our Constitution, are sacred to all of us. Its abiding adherence is meant not only for the government but for the people at large. India has cherished these ideals from the time immemorial, and these have become a part of our life. Every generation seeks out the meaning of these values for its times. As the freedom fighters did in their days, so should we in our times. These key principles should light our path to development. In the year 2020, as humanity almost came to a halt in the face of a calamity of gigantic proportions, I often found myself reflecting on the central message of the Constitution. Our effective response to the pandemic would not have been possible without our constitutional value of fraternity. We, Indians, have been like a close-knit family, making exemplary sacrifices to protect each other in the face of the common enemy of coronavirus. We think of doctors, nurses, paramedics, healthcare administrators, and sanitation workers who put their own lives at risk to take care of our COVID-19 patients. They have lived and showed the real sense of fraternity. Our frontline corona warriors were ordinary citizens who turned out to be extraordinary. India has truly lived up to the slogan of Atmanirbhar Bharat given by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. A self-reliant India has manufactured its own vaccine for COVID-19 and is now undertaking a mass vaccination drive which will be the largest of its kind in the history. We have not only become self-sufficient but are also supplying medicines and other healthcare items to several countries to alleviate people's suffering. As one nation, India is moving forward on the path of becoming a world leader and taking its rightful place amongst the nations of the world. Let us all continue on the path of constitutional morality, which means supremacy of the values enshrined in the Constitution. Freedom in the mind, strength in the words, pureness in our bloods, pride in our souls, and zeal in our hearts. Let's salute our nation on Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to each one of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Dear parents, teachers and students, let us celebrate our Republic Day in order to build a strong and united India that is inclusive and gives an opportunity to every citizen to lead a life of dignity and equality. Happy Republic Day to all of you.
Dear parents, teachers and students, let us take an oath on this Republic Day that we will work together towards a better tomorrow. Let us come together and celebrate the spirit of patriotism. Happy Republic Day to all of you.
भारतीय सेना यानी राष्ट्र के प्रति निष्ठा, गौरव और अदम्य साहस की एक ऐसी मिसाल जो युद्ध और शांति दोनों में अपना फर्ज निभाती है। और उस सेना की ताकत है वो एक एक जवान जो जल, थल और नभ में अपनी वीरता के जौहर दिखाता है, जिसकी एक अंगड़ाई से देश का हर दुश्मन थर्राता है। पर जीत की नींव तो अमर असंख्यक बलिदानों पर रखी जाती है। और अब समय है 1947 के बाद शहीद हुए उन हजारों वीरों के बलिदान के सम्मान का, जिन्होंने आजाद भारत की रक्षा के लिए अपने प्राण मातृभूमि को समर्पित कर दिए।
सरकार में आने के बाद हमने वो फैसला लिया, अब वो पूर्णता पर है और फरवरी महीने में देश के वीर बलिदानियों जिन्होंने उच्च बलिदान दिया है, सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया, ऐसे वीरों की स्मृति में भारत का एक राष्ट्रीय स्तर का वॉर मेमोरियल तैयार हो चुका है।
इसके लिए दिल्ली के बीचों बीच इंडिया गेट के सामने एक भव्य राष्ट्रीय समर स्मारक का निर्माण किया गया है। 40 एकड़ में फैले गोलाकार युद्ध स्मारक के 4 चक्र हैं। पेड़ों से बना रक्षा चक्र दिखाता है कि एक वृक्ष की भांति कैसे हमारे जवान भारतीय सीमाओं की रक्षा के लिए तत्पर रहते हैं। इसके बाद आता है त्याग चक्र, जो पत्थरों से तराशी गई 2 पंक्तियों का है और हर एक पत्थर अलग अलग युद्धों और सैन्य अभियानों में अपना सर्वस्व न्योछावर करने वाले 26,000 महान बलिदानियों के नाम से रोशन हो रहा है। तीसरे चक्र यानी वीरता चक्र में दीवारों पर बनी कांसे की कलाकृतियों में भारतीय सेना के तीनों प्रभागों की वीरता की कहानी अंकित है। और इस स्मारक के बीचों बीच स्थित अमर चक्र में है अमर ज्योति, जो हर भारतीय शहीद जवान के शाश्वत शौर्य की गाथा कहती है। और यह 15 मीटर ऊंचा स्तंभ जो दिखाता है कि हमारे सशस्त्र सैन्य बलों का हौसला अडिग अटल है। और इस स्मारक के साथ एक पार्क है जो 21 परमवीर चक्र सैनिकों के साहस की कहानी कह रहा है। जिन्होंने तिरंगे की शान रखने को सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया है, हमारे सुनहरे कल की खातिर अपना आज कुर्बान किया है। दिन हो या रात, माँ भारती पर न्योछावर हुए उसके बेटों का ये स्मारक हर पल भव्यता से सराबोर है। आज देश की प्रगति में उनकी वीर गति भी चमक रही है, जिन्होंने हंसकर अपने प्राण गंवाए, जो लौट के घर न आए।